Hi there, and welcome to my first holiday edition of Get It All Done. I'm so excited to take you guys throughout the next 2 days because looking at my to-do list over here on my computer, this video will most likely take 2 days. So what we're going to do today in my house is some cleaning and some baking, and then later tonight we are going to be putting up our Christmas tree. Then tomorrow we will most likely finish the decorating and cooking and baking. If you're new here, welcome. My name is Jessica, and here on my channel we focus on all things mom life, but everything we do here in my space does have a bit of a healthy twist, as I'm a holistic nutritionist and a nutritional practitioner. So if that sounds like something that you might be interested in, I would love it if you would stick around, check out today's video, and definitely consider subscribing. We're going to get started in the kitchen by wiping down all of the surfaces with one of my favorite natural cleaners from Spiers. You've seen me use this over and over again on my channel. Also recently, I've shared on Instagram my love for the Truce all-purpose cleaner. I will link both of these in the description box down below, but they're incredible and they do such a fantastic job on all of your hard surfaces, including stone and glass. Then I'm going to be moving up to the hood vent. And for the hood vent, I'm using a little bit of natural dish soap alongside hot water and vinegar. And it cuts through all of the oil so quickly, especially when I use the nano cloth. So what happens is when I cook with the avocado oil, coconut oil, olive oil, all of those oils tend to sit on top of my hood vent and you can see them, especially when the dust starts to gather. So I like to go through about once every 2 to 3 weeks and give this a good scrub.
Misfortune seemed this lot. We got into a drifted bank and then we got upset. Jingle bells, jingle all the way. Oh, what fun it is to ride in a one-horse open sleigh. Jingle bells, jingle bells, jingle.
All right, so that did not take me nearly as long as I thought it would. The vinegar and the nano cut right through all of the grease. So that's a relief. Now I'm going to move on to the cabinets. I'm going to do the lowers and the upper cabinets on a weekly basis. I just quickly wipe down our cabinets with a nano cloth and water. However, because we are decorating, I really want things to be super fresh and super clean moving into the holiday season. So I'm going to be using my favorite floor cleaner. This is just the Bona hardwood floor cleaner. And because obviously my cabinets are wood, I just spray this on the nano cloth and wipe down all the cabinets. It works like a charm. I did, I think a week or two ago, vacuum all of the cabinets. There isn't a ton of dust buildup sitting on top of our panels, so that shouldn't take me too long. So I should be able to just go through with the Bona, with the nano cloth, wipe them down really quickly. Then I will move up top and wipe those ones down as well.
Jingle bells, jingle all the way.
So in the new house, we're actually going with white cabinets, which when we built this house 4 years ago, 4.5 years ago, we went with the dark cabinets. And I like the dark cabinets because it shows the dust. Like when there's dust, you know there's dust. Not that I wouldn't do regular cleaning on the cabinets anyways, but it really shows. But the thing with the dark cabinets when you have little kids is that there's fingerprints everywhere. So obviously I have to clean the dust off, but it's mainly on my cabinets. It's mainly fingerprints. So that's what I'm doing now. I'm going through really like scrubbing off these little sticky fingerprints, like there was honey and yogurt over here, like a whole bunch of it. And then of course, like any like remaining dust does show up. But there is one funny thing about these cabinets that drives me absolutely crazy. And you guys need to let me know in the comment section down below. Does this happen to you? And I was talking with one of my best girlfriends, and this is like a venting point that we have of ours because we're always in our kitchen all the time. But see on these handles how there's an overhang? Is up here too, right here. When I walk by and I move very quick in my kitchen, yes, I speed up my videos, but I'm moving quick because I have very little time on my own. So when I'm in the kitchen or I'm cooking or I'm cleaning, I'm moving quick. But when I'm moving quick and I'm walking by, my pants will always get stuck and pull open cabinets and drawers. Also, you guys, I've shared this a lot on Instagram. I don't wear like wireless headsets because of the Bluetooth. I don't like it next to my brain. So I always just wear a headset that links into my phone. and the cord will get stuck. So if I'm on a call or I'm doing something or I'm like listening to a podcast, it always gets stuck on handles. So in the new house, that is one of my biggest pet peeves of the handles in our kitchen. That's obviously something we could fix and replace, but in the new house, when we pick out handles, they will not have an overhang. So that my pants, my robe, my pajamas, my headsets, nothing gets caught and pulls open. Moving upstairs, I'm going to vacuum the entire second floor, especially before I go pick up Sawyer from school. That way I'm not doing anything that's too loud while she's trying to take a nap. So vacuuming the entire second floor, we really don't decorate a ton up here. However, I do really like the house to be super clean before I get out all of the decorations. I love the coziness of Christmas and the Christmas decorations. Don't get me wrong, but in comparison to the normal amount of things I have out in my home, it's a lot of stuff. It's a lot of, I guess you could say, clutter. However, I find it to be cozy. But with that, I do feel like my house is more crammed whenever there's decorations out. So just having a super clean slate helps me tremendously. So I'm going to go through and vacuum the entire second floor. I do like to do this on Thursdays. So I am publishing this video on a Thursday, which is funny because I do like to vacuum the entire house and change all of the sheets on Thursdays as well.
Tonight I leave familiar for the great unknown. Got a couple broken arrows and my hair is grown since you saw me last, talking on an old flip phone. Today I shed the skin of who I used to be. Got Sinatra on a 45, I'm buzzing like a bee.
I've shared this a lot here on YouTube and likewise on Instagram, but vacuum lines are probably the most satisfying thing for me whenever I'm cleaning. I love the look of fresh vacuum lines. In the new house, our carpet will be a lower ply and we went with a wool blend, so it won't have that same texture to it, so I'm not sure how the vacuum lines will look. However, I do love that plush look of vacuum lines, but it drives me crazy that it only lasts for 1 or 2 minutes because then all the footprints show up. And honestly, this vacuum is such a beast. It vacuums up everything. It is so powerful. However, I have been looking into the Dyson V11. I've asked you guys about this vacuum before and so many of you own it and say you absolutely love it. However, I am just worried with the amount of carpet we have in square footage that I wouldn't be able to get through the entire house on one charge, and I think that that would drive me absolutely crazy. But I'm definitely looking into it for the new house because we won't have as much carpet, so I might not need the full charge because our entire first floor will be hardwood and just the second floor and the bedrooms will be carpet. So if you do own the V11, let me know in the comment section down below. I've been watching it. I looked at Black Friday sales, but I couldn't make myself pull the trigger.
Deck the halls with boughs of holly. La 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 la. It is the season to be jolly.
By the time I'm done vacuuming, it's time to pick the kids up from school. So I head over to get them, and as soon as we get home, I had promised them we would start decorating for Christmas. We always make it a really big deal and tradition, especially with my son, who's 5.5. He looks forward to this day every single year. So I try my best to include them. However, I do have severe control issues when it comes to putting up decorations. I like things to look a certain way, but I've tried to relax as much as possible. Likewise, I always say I would have a complete white and gold tree. However, my husband does like the more traditional look, so we've always gone that way. As you can see here, I have a little helper who's helping put the bulbs right in the middle of the tree, in the middle of me trying to fluff the branches. And I say, if there's one thing that I'm great at, it's this. It's fluffing tree branches. I always put on gardening gloves, which is such a hack, and I go through and I pull them all apart. Otherwise, because we do use an artificial tree, it completely scratches your hands. So I've been using these garden gloves for years, and I'm able to move so much faster. That is if I don't have 2 extra sets of little hands trying to help me. So Kaya is trying his best to keep them distracted so I can quickly move through this part before we start to put on the actual decorations. So I'm not sure why prior to moving into this house 5.5 years ago, I didn't know about Christmas tree picks. My mom has always used them for years and years when I was growing up, but I never really paid attention. However, when I started decorating the tree when we moved in here, I realized the necessity and how incredible Christmas tree picks are and how they really can elevate the look of a tree. And not to mention that you don't need as many bulbs and or decorations. And like I said, my husband definitely likes a more traditional tree that has all the ornaments that are mismatched, some that the kids have made, some that we've acquired from different vacation spots. They really don't go with any sort of rhyme or reason. And so in my effort to make things really elevated, I try my best with certain bulbs and the Christmas tree picks. However, I can certainly appreciate the love and coziness that goes into the tree when it's kind of mismatched, and it gives that warm, cuddly feel of all of our adventures and travels over the years. But I definitely think picks are a great way to elevate any tree. Moving into day 2, we're officially getting things kicked off with a little bit of behind the scenes office time. I have to work on some projects for clients. Additionally, I just launched a new product to encourage your children to explore and try new foods. It's my new superpower placemat. So I would love it if you would check that out. I do have a link in the description box down below. Feel free to give that a click if you want to encourage your kids to try new foods and textures. So once I'm done with that, I'm going to head upstairs and do a little bit of laundry. I have a small helper who's with me today. We love to keep these little small wooden puzzles in our room, either in the morning when I'm still getting ready, if they're up early, or if I'm folding laundry, or I'm trying to get a few things done upstairs. The kids love to play with these puzzles, so it's a great hack. I know it's not the best look. Sometimes I will just put them in the bottom dresser drawer to get them out of the way. However, most of the time I do leave them out. Likewise, we do rotate them every once in a while, so that there's something new for the kids to play with. I've shared this tip so many times here on my channel, but I do my very best, and it's something I'm pretty diligent with, and that is doing 1 load of laundry a day. I felt like right after Sawyer was born, I was unable to keep up with the massive amount of clothing. When we went from being a family of 3 to a family of 4, just that extra person added a ton more laundry to my plate. So I find I'm able to stay on top of the laundry if I do 1 load a day. Sometimes on the weekends or on Thursdays, the day I change our sheets, obviously I have to do a couple of different loads. And if you're new here, our washing machine actually broke 2 weeks into quarantine. So I've been trying my very best to do the smallest loads possible so that I don't strain our new washing machine. Now heading downstairs, we're going to be making a little bit of chickpea cacao dip. This stuff is delicious, and your kids would never know that it is packed to the brim with vitamins and minerals. As you can see here, I'm adding 3/4 of a can of chickpeas to my food processor with softened dates, some sun butter, maple syrup, and some raw cacao. I'm going to blend this all together. You can obviously substitute any of the ingredients. I've actually even made this recipe before with white beans. I just scale back to a half a can instead of 3/4 of a can. And if you would like the full instructions, I will link them for you in the description box down below so you can follow along. But this high protein, nutrient dense dip is incredible. I love to stuff it inside of raspberries. I like to serve it as a side with apples, even with celery. The kids absolutely love this. It also stores beautifully in the refrigerator and makes a great lunchbox snack. Once your mixture is fully combined, just toss it into an airtight container and throw it into the refrigerator. And like I said, you can leave this in the fridge for up to 5 days. However, I promise you it will not last that long. Then what I'm going to do is take the remaining 1/4 of the can of chickpeas and roast those up and store them in the refrigerator to have on top of salads, to have as a side, and also as a great lunchbox addition for the kids. We love chickpeas and they're such a versatile ingredient. Now that I've got my morning to-dos checked off my list, I'm going to head over to Costco and stock up on groceries for the week. And when I got there, I was completely shocked with how many things were sold out. And I should have known better because later that day, our governor did announce another shutdown. So it wasn't surprising to me that people were stocking up. The word must have been spreading, but so many of our staples were already sold out. So I'm glad I went when I did and I stocked up on the things that I absolutely could, because I'm still kind of recovering from March and April timeframe when things were sold out and I wasn't able to get the ingredients I'm used to having. So I was happy I was able to get the things I needed to get, especially with the holiday season coming up. I'll walk you guys through a quick little Costco haul and breakdown of what I've got. I got the chicken and beef stock that we needed, the Honest Company bath wash, and then these pure organic fruit bars. These ones are pretty good. The kids like them for their lunch boxes. There's another fruit bar at Costco, this organic fruit jerky that we absolutely love. And there's one whole organic mango and one organic pineapple in each bar. It's amazing. I got some eggs and some raspberries that we needed. Additionally, Kaya had grabbed some of these meats, even though I do prefer the ones from Applegate, and that's the ones that I feed the kids, but he wanted to have them in the house. We got some ground beef, some more chickpeas, because I go through these really, really quickly. And like I was saying earlier, I like to get the cleanest ones possible, and Costco is such a great deal. Some organic frozen fruit and some wild blueberries. We go through fruit really quickly. I don't love this Daybreak blend because they do add citric acid to maintain color. However, it is really quick and easy, and it was something they had. They also had this cold pressed citrus immunity juice, which was pretty clean. It tasted okay. And then also we normally get Waterloo sparkling water, but they were completely sold out. So we just got some LaCroix and then additionally some trash bags. by this point of the day, it had actually started snowing outside, which was really nice and appropriate, seeing how we had all of the Christmas decorations up and lit in the house. It made it really cozy. So I was glad that I had scooted over to Costco earlier in the day to stock up on all of the groceries before the snow started to come down and before the shutdown was announced. So while I just unpack everything, it's super great that Ronan is so helpful. He'll help me take all of the bath soaps upstairs. He'll put them in all of the respective bathrooms for me while I break down the recycling. Likewise, when I'm taking apart all of the snacks and getting the snack bin cleaned out, he'll take all of the boxes and help me take them out for recycling. At this point, he loves to help out as much as possible. Sometimes we definitely will give him a quarter for all of his help to help incentivize him, but mainly he just wants to be a helper in his family, a la Daniel Tiger. So we like to encourage that as much as possible. So while I get the snack bin refilled and get the kitchen reset, it felt like such a productive, great weekend to get the decorations put up and to get the house in order for a busy week ahead. And I want to thank you all so much for watching. And if you liked this video, it would mean a lot to me if you would give it a big thumbs up and then hit the subscribe button. It's right here on the screen. Give that a click. That way you don't miss a single video. And I hope to see you back here next Thursday.